Curiosity killed the cat, as some might say. I could not agree more. The day I set foot in the wicked forest, known as the Freetown State Forest, everything changed from white to black. I had recently moved to a very rural area of Massachusetts with my dog. It was pretty much in the middle of nowhere. My backyard was indeed the so-called haunted forest, but of course I did not believe in any of the scary stories. I moved to this deserted area because I needed a break from people and the city life. The nearest store was about 1 hour away. I was very alone, but I had my dog to keep me company. The atmosphere here was very dark because of all the trees. It was also very gloomy because for some reason the clouds never went away. The one thing that bothered me about this place was the smell in the backyard. Some days, there was a horrible stench. Those days, I just stayed inside to read. A few months passed since I got settled in, then autumn came. That's when it started. One night, I started to hear noises. Not any noises, though. It was a very clear and distinctive creepy hum, almost as if a zombie's mouth was taped shut. I knew it was coming from outside, so I forced myself to believe that it was just nearby animals lurking around. I believed that, until the hums began to grow stronger every night. It was a very recognizable hum. It started to sound like a moaning, tortured soul, not an animal. One morning, I decided to take man's best friend for a walk in the woods. The unpleasant smell was present, but it was bearable. We eventually came across a small stream of water, so I decided to walk alongside it. While walking in this direction, I started to hear the hums. Terror kept me back, but curiosity made me move forward. The small stream led to a miniature waterfall. That's when fear won over me. Kneeling down by the creek, there was a lady with dirty black hair covering her entire face. The smell was stronger, and the hums came from her direction. Although I could see her very clearly, she could not see me because I was on the other side of the waterfall. She was washing white balls of clothing of what looked like blood and dirt. She had a few bloody cotton orbs next to her as well. I slowly began to walk back towards the house without making the dead leaves crunch under my feet. She could not have been a neighbor. I have no neighbors. That night I was terrified. I did not hear one single hum. The next morning I went to feed my dog outside in his doghouse, but strangely he was not there. I panicked and yelled out his name, but he did not come. I looked and looked, but he was nowhere to be seen. The only place I had not looked was near the creek. Once I was there, the smell was worse than usual. There seemed to be nothing, but when I turned around there he was, dead and hanging in a tree. His body was full of bruises. I was devastated. Then I started to hear the hums again. I knew it was her. It had to be. So I hid behind a large rock and waited for her to come and wash her bloody orbs. But this time, I followed her on her way back. I had never gone in this direction before. There were dead animals everywhere. That was the smell. This part of the forest was extra gloomy. After a while, the woman stopped in her tracks and started brushing off leaves on a certain area of the ground. She then opened a huge metal hatch to what seemed to lead to an underground bunker. I went in. What I saw was traumatizing. Pieces of dead animal, blood, wicked torture tools, and last but not least, those cotton orbs. While sneaking around, I knocked over a knife and she noticed me. Before she got a chance to get to me, I picked up the knife and at the right moment, I stabbed her. On her last breath, she grabbed the big metal door handle and violently tore it off. I escaped death only to realize that death trapped me back in a hellhole.